Alright, it's Saturday morning. I done been working. I'm all sweaty, wet. It's 68 in here. Ain't that nice? My head's wounded. What I've been working on is I dug the Harley out. I have to. Sometimes you gotta learn when you're in over your head. So I'm gonna hire my neighbor. So I'm gonna hire my neighbor. Hopefully he shows up. And he's keeps his stuff real nice. I would if I had time, but you know. Anyway, it's been a minute since this Harley had a good polishing and shining, and my other neighbor just got a motorcycle, so I don't know. Might go for a ride or two with him, something like that. I ain't rode this thing much in a couple years, so we get it shined up. The chrome all needs some attention. I need to put new bushings in that shock. That's bad. B-A-D. Other than that, I think it's okay. I need to do something with my little breather there. Anyway, I think it just needs to air up the tires, go through it, check all the fluids, all that kind of thing. And that'll be good to go. But hopefully he shows up, works on that. I'm gonna pay him. I might pay him to do a few other ones. I gotta get rid of some of this stuff around here. I got to sale it. So not all of it, but some of it. So I'm gonna have him shine them up, if he will. And since I can't get my head dirty working on this, because I gouged my head real bad. Well, not real bad. I'm still alive. On that thing, I've been working on building a baffle for my oil pan. And once I finish getting that ironed out, I'm gonna do something with these hinges and piece of metal and all like that right there. And then weld it in, and then this sits in the Holly oil pan over there, and that's so when you stand on it, you know, big horsepower, hopefully, or some horsepower, the oil don't slosh away from the pickup, which is in here. And I'm probably gonna have to do some modification of this yet, so the dipstick will go in, but we'll figure that out. Reminds me of Dukes of Hazzard. Dipstick. That was a terrible imitation. All right, so that's what I'm working on, and I want to bolt the heads on today. And I bought this thing, I ain't sure what to make of it just yet, to clean bolts. Those are the nuts for the windage tray and all, so. So, that's what I got going on. And just now, I gotta leave, I gotta run. Sort of related to work, but. Anyway, I'll be back. Look at her. Look at her shine. Yeah. I like it. Alright, that's not really the point of the video. Although it could be, I suppose. Here's what I've been doing while he was shining my Harley. I've done built me a trap door. What do you think about that? I'm not doing a very good job videoing it, am I? So that when you stand on it, the door closes. Don't let the oil flow back. When you step on the brakes, it comes open, but not too far, and the oil drains back through. See there? Alright, now I guess I gotta do a couple on the sides. But I'm getting hungry, which is to be expected about noontime. Here's what I've been doing. I'm making the side hinges now. There's been the hinge portion to be my stop. I think that's gonna work okay. And what I do is take my little torch yonder and heat up and bend it. So I'm gonna take it out and stick it in a bucket of water so I don't burn my little fenders, and proceed. Hear that? It's raining like crazy out there. Don't that Harley look pretty? It's only got 19,000 miles on it. Yes, sir. A little thunder too, but as soon as I turn the camera on, you don't hear it. That's just the way it goes. Alright. That took a lot longer than I expected, but that's what I come up with. It all seems to work. So I'm gonna use it. But I gotta go now, get cleaned up and go get some staples out of my head. So I guess I don't know if I'll end the video here or continue tomorrow. Probably continue tomorrow. Tomorrow when I get cleaned up, we'll install this on the pan on the engine, the cylinder heads on the engine, and possibly Mrs. Heavy Chevy will come along and observe. Possibly. Alright, now it's Sunday. I'm gonna go ahead and clean my bench off and get things right so I think I got my oil pan and the baffle and everything ready. Install that. I need to bolt the windage tray down, the oil pump pickup, get that on, and then I'm gonna install the heads. That's my plan. Anybody want to know why she's working on her digital scales? Or why she has digital scales? She ain't saying.
I got it for shipping. I could weigh my packages and make my labels at home and save a little bit of money.
I just spent 10 minutes looking for my camera and it was right there. Alright. I just put this little thing on there. I don't know, I'm sort of on the fence if that's worth the... That was a pain to get in there. It's torqued down. It seems like a good idea, but I don't know. Lots of them running from the factory with only one bolt in the oil pump. Well, I guess it's time to torque this down. And that was a challenge. I had to get a piece of TIG rod and make a hook and a guide so I wouldn't lose it down in the motor. And I did lose it down in the motor one time, so I had to get the TIG rod to pull it out. So there's quite a thing there. You came back. We should have been here sooner because I had to do some math. I needed 18 foot-pounds and this is only 15, and I had to do a little math, get out my calculator, add 3 and get to 18 on this. So you're slowing me up by not being here.
What?
What you may say is he doing with Play-Doh? Well, I gotta make sure my baffle don't get too close to the pickup right there. Don't feel like it is, but I want to make sure, don't you know? Alright, see there? Tells you how close it gets. And it looks like by my eyeball that's a good 3/8 of an inch or so. So I think it's good. It's good. Now, I just had to send Mrs. Heavy Chevy to the parts store because all I got is a Chinese oil pan gasket and I ain't gonna do it. I just ain't gonna do it on this one. So I'm gonna go get a Felpro. That's okay. In the meantime, I got some stuff to do. Well, she's still getting the gasket. I told them 6 liter, and they're baffled. They don't know if it's gas or diesel. Chevy 2500. So anyway, whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna flip it over. I put a couple bolts in it. We'll put the pan on permanently in it later. Anyway, you got to make sure this is perfectly aligned with the bell housing. So probably need a straight edge and all that, which I have. Probably might not be a bad idea to look up a YouTube video and see the right way of doing it. You know, some guy in his shop about like me. Anyway, I'm gonna flip it over and put a head on. That's what I'm gonna do. I can't stand it no more. Alright, let's just take another moment to admire that before I cover it all up with a cylinder head. Alright, here's the heads from Prestige Motorsports. I didn't tell him I was a YouTube guy. I didn't tell him that. So, hope they're good. They're ported. Not the whamma jamma polish and all that. This guy used to do heads for major race teams. So, CNC ported. Supposedly only taken where it's needed. Let me get my light. See there? With all new valves, valve springs, they're 823s. I forgot the valves they put in it, but it's a good name brand. They're big as a Coke bottle. 206s maybe? I don't know, I don't recollect, but anyway, they're pretty cost effective for buying aftermarket heads and all. Some people say I'll lose the low end with these rectangle ports, but I guess I'm getting ready to find out, ain't I? Alright, I got it sitting down there. Now we got to get our ARP rod bolts. Rod bolts. It does have ARP rod bolts, but our ARP head bolts ready. You got to put the washers on, have them pointing up the right way. The bevel goes up. And all like that. So we got to get everything ready to go here, which I'm going to work on now. Well, while I'm getting ready, I have made a revolting discovery, and that is I only got half the head bolts. I know he mocked up that head, the other head on this engine. The other head I was going to use, he must have kept the head bolts. I've just texted him Sunday. I don't know if he'll answer, but we'll see. Sure hope I ain't got to buy another set of head bolts. I got some old Brian Tooley ones there, but I don't want to use them. I want to use the ARPs. Well, he texted back. He said they might be in his hot tank or cleaning box or something. Anyways, he uses them when he hones it, puts a they call them torque plate on there. So he just didn't put them back in the box. Well, I hope he lets me come get them today, because I'm hankering to have the heads on it. Anyways, I torqued them down to 75 like the instructions say, and I used my 3/8 torque wrench, which is a, what kind is it? It's Mac, but I just want to double check. I'm going to use this one 75. I don't know what kind this is. What is this? What kind is it? It's a Mac also. I just want to be sure, you know, this stuff sits around, and I probably should get it calibrated, but I have put a bunch of engines together with it, so with no problems. I'm just going to double check it. I'm going to quit talking about it and double check it. Mrs. Heavy Chevy's back. She bought me an oil pan gasket for $66. I bought a full set, I thought, but it doesn't come with an oil pan gasket. And I think that set was $200 and something. You know how much you can buy a small block Chevy full set gasket set for? A good one for probably 75 bucks or less now. Less.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you're dealing with an
Eyes up here. Alright, so I used the other torque wrench and I got a little bit more on it. Just a little bit. So I guess that's good insurance. Now I just got to put the little bolts in. So I'm fitting to do that now. She's working on the washers. She said she had to go get her glasses. Because she's getting old, I guess, and can't see without them. Of course, I don't have that trouble.
No, not at all. Can't watch a movie anyway. I don't know where my glasses are.
That's right.
How did I get 6 volts then?
I don't know. You don't count very good, best I can tell.
You laid them out here, so I just assumed.
You know what that does?
Makes it out of you and me.
Yeah, that's right. Alright, get your hands clean. I'm fitting to run this in with my Wizard speed wrench. Wizard.
This is why you
I think that's an old Western Auto brand. What?
I said, this is why you had me do this. You didn't have to get messy.
I ain't scared. I done it with the head bolts.
You got it tight enough? You got it tight enough?
No, I'm just winging it, whizzing it in there. I'll break out the torque wrench in a moment.
Whizzing it in there, huh?
All right. Click. 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 Double check. Click. 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 Alright, that's it. That head's installed.
Let's see that head. Barely so.
I'm a fast healer. Yeah, Prestige Motorsports. I went in there and one of them guys said, "You look familiar." I said, "I don't know where from." Anyway, hope they're good. Good. Wish I had the head bolts for the other one. Isn't that pretty?
Should have checked, make sure you had all your parts.
Well, what are you gonna do?
You waited so long, you were excited, you just wanted to get it home.
Anyways, I guess I can flip it over and put the oil pan on permanent. I guess I'll do that. She's gonna take the motor mounts off our mock-up motor. She can figure it.
If what?
She done it. Some things I shouldn't say, probably.
What you doing?
Well, I was listening very good, but now put bolts in. Not very tight in the oil pan, so we can get it
Car guy.
up quickly. That's right, car guy.
Like a regular guy, only cooler.
A lot cooler.
Got pups just chilling. Onyx! Look how cute you are. Don't do that.
Alright, let me show you what I did.
Here today and gone tomorrow.
Keep your hair out of my motor.
Oh, it's my motor.
This is what I've done. I run a straight edge from there down there, and I think we're pretty good. We're golden, both sides. This has got to be at the same as the bell housing. Really should be having the transmission bolted up, but I don't see why this won't work. It's a Starrett straight edge.
What you looking for? Onyx. Smells different up here, don't it? About to get it?
I think so.
Alright, so I called the man, and he called me back. He said, man, I ain't finding them. But he said, thought he put them in a Ziploc bag. Well, he did. Because there they are. Big dodo brain.
Yeah, I'm right there the whole time.
And I've been standing around here agonizing over it. Alright, back to work. Alright. Did I show that? I had the other head on it? Anyways, I got it covered up. Both heads are on it. I got more room on my workbench now. Don't you see? Anyway, I'm hungry, so I'm going to go down and cook me a chicken sandwich. I've been marinating some chicken for a couple of days, so, you know, that's the only way to make your chicken taste good. Put it in some kind of brine. At least in my opinion. So, I'm going to go do that, and I may come back up here, or I may not. We shall see.
Okay, guys and gals, this is Mrs. Heavy Chevy. Looks like I'm ending the video out today. You can see we got the engine covered back up. We worked on that today. I spent some time picking up and cleaning up all of Mr. Heavy Chevy's magnets. Got those cleaned up. No more metal shavings. And had to run for parts and get a, well, you can't see it anymore, but the kit that Mr. Heavy Chevy bought did not include the oil pan gasket. So I had to run and purchase an oil pan gasket. That alone was $66. I also, because you know Mr. Heavy likes to spend his time playing around, bought him some kitty dough, aka Play-Doh. Just kidding. He used that. I don't know if he videoed any of that. See if there was any gaps or leaks with the oil pan cover, I believe, or something of that nature. And let's see. We both made a conscious effort to cook a meal together. I made the squash casserole from the squash out of our garden, and he made phenomenal chicken breast and homemade chicken dip sauce. So was delicious, and we just finished that. So we're gonna end for the day while he cooks the princess, Little Miss Heavy Chevy, her burger. We really appreciate y'all. We enjoy y'all's comments and likes. Those of you who haven't, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You never know what you might see here at the Heavy Chevy Shack. And until next time, appreciate ya. Bye bye.